Now that we have added our scenes and resources, let's talk about the rest of the options that we have on our screen here. Up at the top, it shows us the item that's being played at the moment. Right now, this is a video, but if I switch to an image, it'll just tell me what the image is and the current source that's available. In this case, it's the microphone. We already talked about the audio mixer and how that should be pegging as far as the sound is concerned, especially with our sound source, whether that's a video or a microphone. And then we normally turn off the monitoring unless we're actually got headphones on and we want to monitor the audio coming from your audio source. Next to that, you may or you may not have the transitions option here, window. Usually that is preset to 300 milliseconds. You can definitely increase that. And it's preset to fade, but you can change that to cut if you want to. Let me show you the difference here. When I go and switch between the scenes, it does a straight cut. But if I use a fade, it'll show us the duration of the fade, and then it'll show a nice smooth transition. So it's going to be up to you how you want. If you like a cut or a fade, that will be up to you. To the right at the very end, oh, and by the way, if you don't see the scene transition, you can go up to Docs up here at the top and then turn it on, check it off to see scene transitions. You'll notice that earlier in another video I had turned off the YouTube live control as well. So the last options here to start the stream and to manage your broadcast. To start a stream, remember you'll need to be connected to your YouTube channel, but you'll click Start Stream. It'll ask you to manage the broadcast, and you should have already created a stream, so you're not going to create a new one from here. You're going to select an existing stream, and you're going to find the stream that you will be using for your broadcast. In this case, I've created this test broadcast stream, and I can go ahead and select broadcast and start streaming. But you'll notice that it won't start automatically until you go live. So you're going to click OK in this little warning image, and then when you're ready to go live, you're going to go live. Underneath that, if you are just recording, let's say you want to record an interview and you want to use the OBS Studio for transitions and images as the speakers and the people being interviewed are talking and they want to showcase something on the screen, then you can actually use OBS to just record. So you could start recording whatever is being featured on OBS through your sources, which may be your microphones and cameras, and then you can end the recording and save that as an MP4 to later use in your broadcast or in another stream. After virtual camera, you will have the studio mode. So this is a different way of transitioning between your scenes. So right now, the way I have it, I don't have studio mode on. If you click on the scene, it will automatically transition. Okay. If you turn on studio mode, you get two screens. One of them is the preview screen, and the one to the right is what's actually showing live. So right now, the preview and the live screen are both the same. But if I switch to the news intro, the second scene, you will see blank because it's not playing yet. It won't play until I go live, and then you'll still see the preview screen. So when you're ready to switch to the Cooley Bulldogs news intro in this case, and you want to go live, you can do one of two things. You can click transition, and it'll transition over. And I'll go back and do that again. Or you can double click on the scene name, and it should transition over. All right, there it goes. So that's one way to do this. So if you wanted to transition, you have the transition button over. So if you wanted to preview what's next, what's upcoming, then you can go ahead and do that. This is mainly like a TV studio type software, right? So this is what a TV studio manager would be doing, is they would be viewing what's next, and whenever they're ready to switch over, they would press a button that would transition the preview to the live, just like you're seeing there. So you do have that option. This is a pretty popular option. If you don't want to go through all that and you just want to cut through scenes, you turn off studio mode and you can just click on the scene and it will automatically transition to live. When you do go live, let's talk about going live on YouTube. So I've set up my stream, I've selected my stream, I'm ready to go live. So I'm going to go ahead and click live. This one happens to be unlisted, so nobody else is going to be seeing this. And now I am going live. And so the one thing you definitely want to have is somebody on another device checking the live stream directly from YouTube to make sure that that is actually started and that you're hearing sound, you're seeing images, to see if there's any issues. There shouldn't be if you set it up correctly, but it's always good to have somebody there checking the live stream. Remember, there's going to be a 10 to 20 second delay. So one very important thing is when you do end your stream, let's say you're closing, and remember here at Cooley, our Cooley Bulldogs bark by being safe, acting right, respecting space, and keeping kind. Ruff, ruff, ruff. That'll be it for today. You all have a great learning day. And then you transition to your wait video. And once the student or the person monitoring the live sees the wait video, then we know we can end the stream. We can end the broadcast. So once we have that, the last thing we need to do is actually end the broadcast. When you switch over to this wait video, you'll notice the only source that I have is the video. There is no microphone source. So you don't have to worry about talking, because that's the only sound that's coming out of into YouTube is the music that's playing from this video. So we don't want to stop the streaming. We want to end the broadcast completely, because by ending the broadcast here, it will end it in YouTube. So when I click end the broadcast, that stops the streaming as well, and we are done. Broadcast is done, and whoever's watching live will actually start seeing the recording of what you just transmitted. If you have any questions on how to use the scene transitions, the controls, or anything else in OBS, please be sure to contact your instructional technology specialist.